on Monty and Montana move out of the way. Why do I wake up with that song stuck in my head? Like, damn, she on her move. Like, damn, she on her move. It's not even a good song. Like, damn, she on her move. Like, damn, she on her move. Temperature outside, 99 degrees. Don't open the door. Basically. All right, tea. Like, damn, she on her move. Like, damn, she on her move. That's crazy. Oh, now she, okay, whatever. Let me not be that. Okay, let me finish mixing my powder because my water sounds ready. Cinnamon. That's a lot. Nutmeg. Make sure that's nutmeg and not turmeric or cumin. Done that before. All right. Mix that up good. Like down, she on her move. Like down, she on her move. Like down, she on her move. Could have put a whole bottle of water in there. Damn, she on her move. Like down, she on her move. Like down, she on her move. Like down, she on her move. spoon. Let's actually use... This is what I need to buy just a pack of spoons. I'm a spoon head. I eat everything with spoons. I do everything with spoons. I only need 1 fork. Spoons, I need 30 of those. It's weird. Oh, yeah. Capful. I don't want to use my Mexican vanilla yet. Like, at all. Save that bad boy. Damn, she Popo, come on. What the Popo want? What the Popo want? Where he at? Yeah. Water. Where's my water? McDonald's. Oh, B12. Yeah, I do. Forgot. Aspirin. I was telling, so I don't know how. I've gotten more active on the Facebook infertility group. And anytime someone pops up talking about they have a low AMH and, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I hop right in that thing, hop right in the conversation and let them know, girl, do not panic. Because if I can do it, you can do it. Nobody has as low an AMH as I do. So I got, is that all? Seems a little, oh, the prenatals. I'm like, it seems a little light. Seems a little light. Alright. Still light, but I'm not going to take my, I'm not going to take any vitamin C just yet. Keep taking all the other things. You take the vitamin E, which is super gross. Super gross. I should take iron too. Ugh. Want to. God. Really don't want to. Where's my water? Why do I keep putting it back over here? I don't want to take iron. Did I take some yesterday? My doctor wanted me to take these pills 3 times a day, bro. Are you kidding me? And then wanted me to take, like a medicine for constipation. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting my body through that. I'm just not. I'll take an iron one pill every other day and try to supplement it with like vegetables and other stuff that has iron, but I'm not backing up my whole body with iron pills and then taking something to... I'm not doing that. Not at all. Not doing that. Vitamin E. I haven't even gotten to breakfast yet. Whew. How many drops? 6 drops. Did I get any? Yeah, I got some that time. Ugh. It doesn't taste bad. The consistency is just literally oil. It's like literally taking vitamin E oil that you put on your skin or your body or like whatever and putting it in your mouth. It's got this weird, I mean, it's not nasty, it's just odd. And the consistency of putting oil in your mouth, it's like, ugh. Ugh. I need something hot to wash it down. Ooh. Oh. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. So good in the morning. There's a lot of activity going on this morning. Cops, tow trucks.
The wildly popular animated show for preschoolers out of Australia is not afraid to take on tough issues like death, bullying, parenting, and most recently, miscarriage. Fans have theorized for years that an episode out of 2020 called The Show was depicting miscarriage and dealing with that loss. For years, the creators have neither confirmed or denied whether this show was trying to depict the grief of miscarriage, and they allowed fans to interpret for themselves. But most recently, confirmation has come out that the show really was talking about miscarriage. This is incredibly important for many reasons, so let's talk about it. I'm Dr. Laura Shehane. I'm a fertility doctor and miscarriage specialist, practicing for almost 20 years, helping people build families, and unfortunately a big part of that is dealing with miscarriage and pregnancy loss. I love educating on all things fertility. Make sure you like this video, comment with questions that you have, and subscribe to my channel.
cozy feeling.
It does. It makes you feel like that's, as crazy as it is, as hot as it is in there, when you go inside, it's like, you probably going with maybe a cold glass of tea. You just kind of chill out with this.
So,
beautiful job.
there are a couple of projects that I need to do today, right now, and just kind of go ahead and get them over with. I hate to say it like that because I've been like looking forward to these two projects, but I'm not feeling the best today for some reason, and I really just kind of want to nap and like, I don't know, my head, there's like too much pressure on my head even though my hair is not tight, but I want to take my hair out and just kind of like rest for the rest of the day and like take a nap. But I need to do these two projects because I just want to get them going. The first one that I'm going to do, because I'm the most excited about, is, oh, get out of my sleeve. My grandmother has a giant Synodenium grantii plant that she has had for years. I'm talking, it's like probably 10 feet tall, outside under her carport, and it's so tall that it started to curve and like go all kind of crazy on the ceiling of her carport. And I've been saying for years now how I wanted to prune it, cut it down, reroot it, repot it, and turn it into a really nice, full, beautiful plant for her. And of course, never did. But recently, when I have been visiting her, I've noticed that the plant is actually suffering. But it's no surprise. All of our plants outside right now here in Arizona are suffering in the worst way because this is the most extreme heat that we've had in a really, really long time consistently, and so everything is suffering. The cactus, the succulents, everything that's like native to the desert and that's usually drought, heat, sun tolerant, they're like dying. The agave, the aloe, everything is suffering. So as soon as I saw her very rare exotic plant that she's had for years basically brown, like it was dying, I immediately was like, we have to try and save this. And so yesterday I just took a couple of pieces, as much as we could. It took 3 of us because the sap when you cut it is poisonous. So, and I didn't have like shears or anything, so we were cutting this plant with knives and like over our heads, and like we had people like holding on to it while I'm like trying to cut it. Trying to cut as much as possible from the branches that still looked somewhat green and juicy. And my hope is that it's not too late, that I can reroot these pieces, and that way when we go and redo her yard and her garden in October, in just a couple of months, that they will have rooted enough, and that will give us a nice base to like try and save this plant when we repot it, because it's absolutely huge. And I'm looking at it now, and I thought we cut a lot of pieces off of it, and we didn't. So I'm looking now, and I really want to go back and cut like a lot of it off, even if it's brown. I just want to like chop the whole like more than half of the tree down and cut it up and try to reroot it. And I think now would be an okay time to like traumatize it like that. I mean, it couldn't get any worse than it already is, honestly. So, but just to give you an idea, I'm gonna put the name and the some facts about it in the video. But let me show you how I've been able to kind of bring it back to life after rerooting it and just kind of giving it some moisture and some shade and some TLC. These are 4 pieces that I cut from the tree. Uh-oh, root, wow, piece coming out. Okay. I feel like this piece always has been giving me an issue. It just keeps coming out of the dirt, of the soil. But it's also still growing. So I don't know, it's just being a problem child. I need to like bury it back. Anyways, come on guys, get it together. Come on. They're all kind of like that though. So I definitely need to I need to redo my own. And they need like a better pot. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I cut these pieces from her plant months ago. And when I did, they were half the length. So how long they are now, this is all new growth, but this is what it's supposed to look like. You see all these beautiful new leaves. I'm so happy. And it really does, like mine did really well coming inside. Like when I cut these pieces and rooted them, I immediately put them outside because it is a desert plant. It's from like the deserts in Africa. So when I got them to root, I put them in soil and put them outside, and they were okay for a while, but then I think it just got way too hot, way too, like I don't have very much shade, and so that direct southwest sun all day long I think was too much. So before I lost these, I brought them inside and consistently watered like right now I'm watering every week, like a thorough water, and they seem to be really happy. But I do need to find a better pot for them because they keep digging themselves out. Like they're happy, but they're also digging themselves out, and like it's just hard to, I have to keep them up against something so that they won't move. So this is Synodinium grantii, also known as African milk thistle, and this is how pretty they can be. The leaves are spotted purple under, maybe you can see. Really, really pretty. And the leaves can even be totally purple, I think depending on like sun stress or something. I have seen them purple on my grandmother's tree. But basically this is what I want to be able to do for her tree, and it's huge. So I think I am gonna go back and like chop it down ahead of time and root them so that they have a chance to get back pretty. We can replant them in a couple of months in her big outdoor pot, and it will just take off. So, but this is what they should look like, kind of. And so I'm gonna put that back. There you go, pretty. And this is what I'm actually going to be working with now. These are some really long pieces off her tree from yesterday. They're not in the best condition at all. They have some spots, which this is probably a terrible idea that I brought them in here and didn't immediately rinse them off. But it has some spots. I don't know what kind of pest. I don't know what kind of disease. Don't yell at me. I'm realizing now that this is a terrible idea to have brought them in here, let alone brought them over here amongst the rest of my babies. This is where we're at. In fact, I think I'm gonna go take them underwater right now and try to get them clean. So hold that thought and then I'll bring them back. Yeah. Okay. What's one glove gonna do? I don't know. Leave me alone. Okay, and I'm gonna put it on backwards because the actual glove I can't find and I don't want to dig it up right now. Okay, so I rinsed them off really good. They're still green. When we cut these, I took the ends and quickly dipped them in soil in the dirt that they were in to help them, or to stop the bleed, and then I left them overnight to callus some. That's what you're supposed to do. But my thing is, I don't necessarily want to keep them and like reroot them this long, this tall. I want to be able to cut them up a little bit more, but I need to make sure that that is possible because these are really long. I want like a really nice bush. And so let me see what it says. It branches profusely near the base with stems that are covered in alternate large tropical looking foliage, and it's pretty. The leaf coloration is quite variable, covering a range of reddish purple leaves with occasional green spots to the reverse of apple green leaves with reddish spots. Grantii is an easy to grow plant, therefore it can take abuse and neglect. Nice screening hedge or vibrant colored backdrop for lower growing contrasting colored succulents. This plant is poisonous, therefore it should not be placed where it can easily be eaten by small children or pets. Is propagated from stem cuttings. Allow them to dry and callus over before planting them in well-draining soil. But is it that easy, or... This plant produces large amounts of irritating latex sap if injured. The latex contains diterpene esters and can cause contact dermatitis, which I do think some of it got on my hand yesterday because it has been itching for no reason all day. And I've washed my hands like 15 times since. All the plant's parts are considered poisonous, therefore it should not be grown around small children or animals that like to eat plants. Stem and root rot in poor draining or damp soils in winter. Stem and root rot in poor draining or damp soils in winter. Okay. Synodinium grantii, drought tolerant but needs water when actively growing. So euphorbia. Common names: red African milkbush, purple leaf brown, jug plant, red milkbush, African poinsettia, Tanzanian red milkbush, all those things. It is indigenous to Kenya. It gets 6 to 15 feet. Yes, it does. 6 to 8 feet wide. Extreme heat tolerance, except for this summer. Light requirement, looks best with full sun along the coast, but can take some shade inland. Water needs. Maintenance, divide, prune, and repot as desired. Okay. With its tall height and tropical foliage, it makes a nice screening hedge. Okay, I read that. So, research links. Is it as simple as me just chopping this bad boy up like asparagus? Which, that reminds me, I need to, I think it is. That reminds me that I need to actually cook my asparagus today. Okay, I need a video though on Synodinium grantii cutting so that I can just be sure I'm not wrecking this. Propo, thank you. Propagating. It was in here. And then propagating Synodinium. Come on. How do you spell that? Synodinium grantii. Rubra. African milkbush. Okay, but just tell me how to cut it. Grow from cuttings. Come on. What the? What? Why is this connected to my speaker all of a sudden? I'm so annoyed. Hate technology. I'll play. I get that. You can cut the top off, but can you cut the middle? Or is it only the top?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूअर्स, उम्मीद है आप खैरियत से होंगे। आज की वीडियो में मैं आपसे शेयर करूंगी कि यूफोर्बिया ग्रांटी को आप कटिंग के ज़रिए कैसे ग्रो कर सकते हैं। इसको कटिंग के ज़रिए बहुत आसान है कि आप इसकी तकरीबन 3 इंच से 4 इंच तक की कटिंग जो है, जितना आपका प्लांट है उसमें से कट करना चाहते हैं, इवन इससे छोटी कटिंग भी इसकी ग्रो कर जाती है। इसमें ये एक सैप निकल रहा है, मिल्की सैप है, ये पॉइजनस होता है और ये इसके फ्लो को रोकने के लिए हम इसको नीम गर्म पानी में चंद सेकंड के लिए डिप करेंगे और उसके बाद इसको निकाल लेंगे। इसका सैप जो है वो उसका बहाव रुक जाएगा। अब हम इसको सॉइल में लगाएंगे। सॉइल जो है वो एज यूजुअल वेल ड्रेन्ड होनी चाहिए। निचले कुछ लीव्स जो है मैं इसके रिमूव कर रही हूँ, तमाम लीव रिमूव नहीं कर रही। ये मैंने कुछ अर्सा पहले इसकी कटिंग लगाई थी और वो ग्रो कर गया। अब उस कटिंग में से मैं एक और कटिंग ले रही हूँ। निचले लीव्स जो है रिमूव कर दिए हैं, सॉइल पॉट में डाल ली है और इसमें मैं पहले होल्ड करूँगी। इसकी स्टेप भी हार्ड होती है, उससे भी इसको अंदर कर सकते हैं, लेकिन इसके टिश्यूज डैमेज होने का ख़तरा होता है, इसलिए इसको हम इस तरीके से होल्ड करके इसमें लगा दूँगी। अभी
People are just cutting the tops off. And replanting, which, okay, what is?
It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent. The end of February literally was as tall as the roof of the house. It was eating the house. In habitat, these can grow to 20 feet, but it's rare in cultivation for them to get much bigger than 10. So imagine my surprise. Anywho, it was late in the day. We'd been doing maintenance. The thought of digging this mature plant out of the ground and avoiding the superhighway of irrigation and lines and tubes and footings was just more than I could stand. I have a client that's very tolerant. This isn't a real focal spot in her yard. So what I did is I took my loppers and I just chopped it down. Now, you know how I'm always saying dig the plant out, cut off the top parts and put them back so it looks pretty? This is why. Isn't this fugly? I mean, it's so ugly to look at this bare wood. But it's not dead. As much as it may look like it is, you can see that after 3 months, we've got little new branches forming. This plant is from East Africa. It is a plant that is dormant in the wintertime, does not like the cold anyway, so it just kind of sat here and pouted for the last 3 months. But now that the weather is warming up and we're coming into spring and summer, it is going to leaf out and branch out like a champ. So yes, you can do it the old-fashioned way and just chop from the top if you don't mind looking at ugly for months on end. As far as irrigation, Synodedium grantii does not require much, infrequent, but if you don't water it at all, it will drop its leaves, and nobody wants that. Also, these leaves are very, very sensitive to hail, to wind, to environmental...
Okay. Well, you know, like, what's the worst that can happen? The bottoms and the middles don't grow and the tops grow, right? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just do it and we're gonna see. I'm gonna keep an eye on it and we're just gonna see. I mean, what are you gonna do? Okay, what are you gonna do? Let's go back here. Let's go back here. Well, so then what I also need is some soil to dip these in.
It's all toxic to insects. See on this leaf, the little white spots?
Toxins or pests.
Cozy feeling.
It doesn't. It makes you feel like that's the place you want to hang out. As
Pause.
crazy as it is, as hot as
Pause.
it is, man, when you go inside, it's like, man.
Pause.
You probably won't go in with a hot cup.
I hate
Cold
technology.
glass of tea.
Jesus. Okay. So I'm gonna cut and then I'm going to dip into some soil to stop the bleed and then let them callus over another day because that's what they need. All right. So my goal is I want to use this heavy duty base to propagate or to root. So that size is just fine. I want that size or that like length in all of them. I'm actually like kind of nervous to do this. I don't know why. Other than it's really, really a dangerous plant for me, in my opinion. Even like if you pull the leaves off of it, it will bleed. So you can't even really pull the leaves off without being ready for it bleed. I'm gonna get that ready. So I want this length. It's gonna grow fast once it's rooted and it's happy anyway. I kind of want to cut that off too. I don't know what it's gonna do. And it's so rare that not many people in the US like have it or are talking about this on what to do. So that's part of my issue is I don't really know. Girl. I can never use this knife back in the kitchen. Dull ass knives. Okay, so I made a thing. I'm just going to go ahead and snap it. Even though I don't like doing that. I like a clean cut. That didn't really bleed. That's not a good sign. That didn't really bleed. That's not good. I don't know what to do. Get back over here, paper. I'm gonna let it callus. This side isn't bleeding either. Huh. Hang in there, okay? Hang in there. We're gonna get you some help. We're gonna get you some help. Okay. Let's see about this one. Okay. Cut that about right there. This one's bleeding a lot. See, there we go. That one is bleeding. And I want to like give it some, that one's bleeding a lot. Okay, let's put you in there. Let's get you in here before you drip. See that? I'm trying to be really, really careful here. Ooh. See that? Dangerous for all involved. Okay. going to put any water in this vase. I'm just going to let them callus overnight. I want to cut that off too. But I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but see, like this has to go. I'm gonna cut this one as an experiment. That like top part has to get gone. I'll cut it down here. It's bleeding a little bit. Okay. This is a fat one. I'm kind of scared. Why is it so fat right here? Okay. Don't gush or anything. It's bleeding. But it's thick. I also want to be careful not to like splash this in my eyes or on my face. I don't know. I'm really like hopeful about these pieces. It's bleeding a little bit. I'm really hopeful that I can save these. I hope this doesn't bother my Birkin. I really hope it doesn't bother my Birkin. My Birkin is a G though, aren't you, Birdie? Use a G. I did cut this and put that in. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know, bro. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm going to put. I really want to cut that off. I'm not going to yet. Let me just see. I need to do some more research. Somebody has to have the answer to my question. Somebody does. And then this big fat piece. It's a good one. I can get 2, 3 out of here. Alright, I'm gonna cut right here. Also, like, maybe that's why would I wear the glove on my, yeah, that's how it needs to be. I'm gonna cut right here. This is so difficult with this knife because these knives are dull and old. And not ideal for this. That's why I was okay with using this knife, because I have a newer set. And I never threw these away. That's dry. Is it because it's damn near bark? Is that why? Or is it dry because it's dry? I don't understand. makes me kind of sad that it's not bleeding. Like, everything bleeds. That did not. Alright, so if I cut this again, like right here. Let's just see. Oh, it's bleeding up here. Wow, that's weird. What does this mean? It's bleeding in some places, but not in others. So up top, it's bleeding. I think it was just thirsty. Don't flick this stuff. Take your time, be patient. There we go. Yeah, up top it's bleeding. Down below, it's not. I think it's just dry. Don't worry. Help is here. You've been saved. Yeah, so I'm gonna let these all callus overnight, and then I'm going to put some, I'm gonna callus them overnight. I'm going to rinse the dirt off. Then I'm gonna dip everybody in rooting hormone. And then I'm gonna put it in water. And we're gonna see how it does. How am I gonna need everybody to make space? Okay. Yeah, it should be fine. She just showed me. Chop the top, and even though the bottom had roots, there was leaves coming from these like other areas. So it should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this top off because it's really irking me. Like really irking me. Yeah, you gotta go. Lots of blood. I know, I know. I know. Or sap. I need to stop calling it blood. Sap. Lots of sap. My speaker must be turned on, and I don't know why. I don't know why, because I didn't turn it on. I'm gonna just cut these tops off, because it just looks like shriveled up asparagus, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know if that's gonna make it or not, but we'll see. Let's cut you, because it's a double-sided, I need to make sure that I'm careful and don't sling it. That little guy didn't bleed, so you can be careful. And let's cut this side. This side has blood. The problem is that I don't want it to drip, otherwise I would just leave it, but I don't want it to drip down and drop on something and me accidentally touch it. Outside didn't drip, inside did. Okay, now I can put that back in here. All right, I survived. Never ever can I use this knife again. This is gonna have to be like, I need to put like tape and paint or something around it and then put it under the sink or in the closet so that I know this is never to be used anywhere near the kitchen again. And this paper needs to go in the trash right now. Okay. Boy, my knee. Getting old to be sitting on the floor. Okay. So, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine once it's all rooted up and it just starts growing like crazy and leaves, how pretty it would be full? Like, I really want that for her. And I'm really gonna go, like, depending on how this does over the next week or so, I'm really gonna go and chop the rest of it down and bring it back down to size so she can have a really, really pretty bush. Yeah. All right. The other thing that I need to do is I brought Montana from my office to be worked on because, first of all, it's in the one place in my office that is has a window and it has decent light, but that's the only place that it can be. It has to be up against that window to get the light. And it's done fine there. It's put out leaves. The problem is that it's in a really tight corner, and because the window is west facing, it gets that really severe, strong, what am I trying to say? Like sun setting, west facing sun. It's strong. And so it can't touch the window, even though the office, like the windows are really tinted, like we can see out, but you can't see in. Really, really tinted. It gets good light here, it just can't touch the windows. So anytime it's moved or it touches the windows, even for like an hour, I don't even think it takes an hour. It could take 30 minutes. It burns the leaves. And I told everybody in the office this. It cannot touch the window because the leaves will burn. That's an example of it. I've cut off several leaves, good, huge, juicy leaves, because they have burned within minutes of touching the window. So when you have other people in the office who are touching and doing things and moving things, it's hard to control, right? So Montana was doing really, really well, and then here comes the decline with the heat wave and everything else, right? She was doing really well, and now she's not. And I've been saying this about all my plants. I'm probably going to keep saying it because I haven't done it yet. But Montana, like the other plants, need... Absolutely nobody told you to turn the camera off and stop recording. Like, I'm still speaking. How rude. Freaking technology, I promise. I can't. That's why you guys haven't been getting videos lately, because technology is annoying and I can't. Ugh. Let me get the plant tape. Actually, no. I'm not even going to get the plant tape. I don't have any more of it, I don't think. If I do, I don't feel like digging it out of my closet right now. We're going to use this pretty Indian, made in India band that I got from, I bought a little side, it's actually a stool, but I'm using it as a side table in my bedroom, a wooden piece, and it came with this, I think. Or maybe did this come with the pillows? I don't know. But here we are. This is what we're gonna use. And I'm just gonna like try and weave everything together somehow. But I went down the middle of this like really, and actually maybe I didn't actually go down the middle. I need to like weave this back in here like that, right? crazy. Come on, Montana. Help me out, girl. Shit. Okay. Yep, lean back over. And then we're gonna go back into the soil. Come on. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, sweetheart. Yes. Right? Does that look better for her already? Yeah, but she's still gonna lean. And like, she needs, I don't have any soil. She needs to sit like this for me. So maybe I don't need this tape. Maybe I just needed, maybe I just needed, okay. Also, okay, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it because when they lean over like that, that's when trouble comes. You can't lean. Alright, so I'm gonna just weave. I'm gonna try and weave everybody together. Right? Stand up straight. And it's probably not the prettiest on the outside, but I think I'm going to include let's wrap it around, like go back and weave this rope U in, okay, and do a little loop-de-loop twist, oh, okay, and we'll do that. Now what does that look like? Because I can't tell. Does that look like it would work? Whoa. Between, I don't know. Is potting medium, okay, let me see. Is that gonna work or are you gonna lean? I need you to stay like this. Montana, stay. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Let's see. Oh. I mean, it looks better than when she came here. See, this is what, when you put it up, any plant really that you put up against the window, it's too close. Don't let it touch the window. It's like a magnifying glass. That's what happens. Well, okay, she's standing more upright than she was. And that's what I need, for you to be able to stand up on your own and stop falling around like Bambi. Okay? And actually, I want, yeah, you get up there, pretty. All right, I mean, but my next concern is the fact that the medium that she's in is aggravating and pointless, because it's just wood chips at this point, and every time I water it, it just goes right through and it's dry again, and now it's not really holding the plant, it's not supporting the plant. Now mine has more soil in it because I have since like filled it in with my own soil, and so it's good. In fact, do we have any new growth on here? Yes, we have a new baby back here. We've got a new baby. I'm slowly unrolling. I don't know what the deal is, but I just watered Monty. There's a bunch of little bitty leaves, new growths on the bottom. Other than that, Monty is slow growing, doesn't want to be bothered. And that's fine. Whatever, do you, boo? Do you. I'll leave you alone. Okay. Excuse me. So, it's already Sunday and I'm not leaving the house, especially not for soil, because I'm actually trying to eliminate soil in my house. But that would be the next step. Maybe this week on my way to work or on my lunch break, I will get a small bag of soil from like Ace or the dollar store or something and like fill in the top. That will help it. Maybe that will help. And just do that at the office. It honestly looks better, I guess. And if I had more patience to do this a long time ago, it looks better, right? She's sitting upright. Upright. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. She looks better. She looks better. Okay. Okay. She looks better. I'll probably water her one more good time before I take her back to the office. And I'll take her back on Wednesday. I'm not doing it tomorrow. I'm not going to be around Tuesday. So Wednesday she can go back if she behaves. Okay. But yeah, from this angle, she looks good. She looks much better. Love that for her. Okay. All right. So that was it. I don't know why it took me forever to just do that part. And of course, now that I got moving, I feel a little bit better. If you could hear what I just said. All right, in the meantime, Montana, you can't just stand in the middle of the floor, but I don't want you by the window. And I don't want to like keep moving you, so I guess you're gonna go back over here. Don't touch anybody. Everybody else, don't touch her, please. Gaia, keep your leaves to yourself. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there to callus. I'm gonna put this somewhere safe. Like right here for now. And I'm gonna wash my hands. Who else? Oh, okay, I'll show you this really quick. really, really quick, okay? So, Rhodes has been going through it, right? Rhodes is my Rhaphidophora. And if you can remember, when I moved in, Rhodes was just like maybe here when I moved in. That was June of 2022. Since being here, Rhodes has grown from just above the white stick all the way up the pantry, and then I put a hook in the ceiling, and my hope was that he would keep growing and we would go across the window like that. Well, he was going absolutely apeshit and putting out a new leaf every other day or so. That's what it seemed like, growing fast. And then it stopped. He slowed to a stop. And it concerned me, and I thought, well, maybe the rapid growth means that there was something going on with the roots, like he needed more space or something. So my dumbass digs Rhodes up out of this pot, because I had it just planted in this pot. This pot, mind you, is a fairly large, a nice sized pot. I dug them up. The roots in the soil and everything were fine. But yet I still decided to stuff him back into a nursery pot. I think that's an 8-inch or a 6-inch. I stuffed him back into this nursery pot and then put him back in the pot. And when I did that, he basically was like, you know what? F you, I'm out of here. I'm dropping all the leaves on the way out. And so all the leaves that were all along the stem, all the way up, dropped off. And you can still see that there's 2 right there that will eventually dry up and drop off. So now this is what Rhodes is looking like, and I'm really, really sad, but I'm also like, you know what? That's on me, bud. I'm so sorry. That's on me. The stem is still pretty sturdy and long, and like I just don't have the heart to cut it. Just like I don't have the heart to cut this vine, and I didn't cut it. I ended up just like lasso roping the vine, and I lasso roped it, looks like 3 times, and have been watering really well, and the leaves, these bottom leaves seem to be healthier, happier, they're bigger. That's what they're supposed to be. It was putting out a bunch of little scrawny shits like this, scrawny like this, and then dying. So anyways, back to Rhodes. Don't have the heart to cut. So I'm just gonna let him keep going as long as he wants. And actually, now that I'm looking up there, it's bushier than I remember. So he probably has been doing stuff without me really realizing it, because I don't really remember it being that bushy. I mean, I remember putting the hook up there and putting that one branch, but it was only one branch. So weird. Okay, I need to get my ladder and get up there and see what's going on, because I've been focusing on, honestly, that part. When I started seeing activity over here, I'm like, oh, Rhodes is awake. I'm like, oh, Rhodes is awake and growing again. He's growing up there, and he's also growing down here. Look at this. I got a little something right there. And then I need to leave it alone before it like snaps off and changes its mind. But there's like 3 pieces. There's that. There's this main piece that goes all the way up. And then there's a piece back here that I have tied to a stick that never has done anything. I think that's 3 different pieces. Yeah, that's 3 different. Is it? No, it's not. That's one piece, and it goes this way and it goes that way. Anyways, I don't know. Girl, that's two pieces. So I guess what I'm saying is I was excited again about this because I just started watering him really thoroughly again, and he's putting out all these new baby leaves. And when he starts doing that, he's gonna like explode. These new baby leaves, and he's gonna keep going. And like, again, my hope was that he was gonna keep growing all the way across and frame the window. And now that he's awake and doing that again, I'm super happy. But I'm also like, I need to get up there and inspect because I just really don't remember all of that being there now that I look. So anyways, the stem is really thick up there and it's like scrawny in the middle. So that makes me a little nervous. I really don't want to cut. Really don't want to do that. So, oh, and then let me show you Howard. Howard's old ass. Remember I said that Howard, I've had Howard for years and he has not said a word. Does not care, is not bothered. How about I look over, Dusty. How about I look over one day recently and look what's coming up under a pebble. Hold on. You see that? Howard has not said a word for years. And now he has this baby coming up. I'm thinking that new growth was gonna come from here or something. I don't know anything about these. I really don't. I can't even remember what the name of it is, to be honest. I'm guessing it's some kind of Sansevieria. I don't know. But yeah, I must have flipped over this pebble and saw that. I'm like, Howard, how long have you been pregnant? What? I'm really excited. I don't know where he thinks he's gonna go because he's right up under this like thick ass leaf. So you're gonna have to make another turn, buddy. But yeah, I'm super proud. I need to leave it alone. Okay, I just wanted to show Howard. And then who else? Oh, so this, ooh, this is my little experiment going completely right. So I think I've talked before about like how I don't like to buy lemons at all, especially here in Arizona, because they're scrawny and expensive. And we live in a place where there's like citrus trees everywhere. So like I hate buying lemons in the off season, but when you need them, you need them. My aunt has a huge, and I should have took a picture yesterday when I saw her, but my aunt has a huge lemon tree. And it produces every season lots and lots of big, juicy lemons. And I was like, I want one of those. I want one or two or three or however many lemon trees I can get out of her tree. And so this is the second round of me trying to germinate lemon seeds from her tree and like grow them. And look at this. Same thing. It grew to a certain point and then stopped. And I couldn't figure out why. It just stopped. And then I started fertilizing it, and then it woke up again and has been taking off ever since. Like it gets almost like a 1/4 of an inch taller every night. Yesterday, it was not touching the lights. Like last night, it was not touching the lights. This morning, it's touching the lights. His thorns were not that big yesterday. Can you see that big one over here? The thorns were not that long. Now they're long. So I have, it looks like it's 1, 2, I planted a bunch of seeds in here. but it looks like it's coming from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 healthy seeds. That one right there is still green, but I don't think it's gonna do anything, but I'm just gonna leave it alone because I don't know. But this branch here is going apeshit. It's almost like woody. It's almost like a trunk. And I mean, it is really, really happy. So, and I am too. Love that for me. So, of course, now that I think I'm Johnny Appleseed, I've got these cherry seeds that I'm gonna try next. I just ate the cherries today, so I'm gonna let them dry out, and then I think I'm gonna soak them back for 24 hours and then try to crack the outer shell to get the inner seed, because you can't just like plant these. You need to get the seed that's actually on the inside. So I'm gonna do that, but they're kind of hard to do. You need a hammer. And if you don't do them right, then you can damage the seed on the inside. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm also doing avocados. I'm gonna try the avocados. I'm gonna soak those overnight and then try to peel the skin off and plant those. So this is Paloma. Paloma has been really quiet lately, but growing a lot. Every time I move her, she falls over because she's so tall. I need one of those poles for her, and she was on the pole, but I took that and put it on someone else, and I can't remember who I put it on, but here's Paloma. She sits in the kitchen window, and I took her down because I wanted to check her soil to see if she's actually getting enough water or not. And actually, let's do that right now. Carefully. She's got a lot of new growth all the time. Let's check her. Let's check her soil without damaging anything. This is this is a candle holder that I liked at one time. I just liked the color and that it was pink and gold. But it's a candle holder, there's no drainage, so I'm always concerned about overwatering her. But the meter is definitely saying dry. So let's handle that right now. Hold on, let me grab a watering can. And I'm gonna give her a little fertilizer too. But I'm not gonna like make a whole big thing of it. I'm just gonna pour some of that straight from the bottle in here, and then water. Just a little bit. All right. Keep it bonky. Okay. All right. Paloma. Let's get you watered, girl. You just sit up there and you don't say anything. All right, let's see. A little at a time. You can always add more, you can't take away. All right, the meter is moving. Slowly. All right, let me set her down. Let's do a little bit more. All right, there we go. That should be good. She should be happy about that. Keep it at moist. I gave her a little food. Okay. That should be perfect. I'm not gonna add any more. I am gonna put her back in the window. Okay. Come on. Okay, watch out for Tracy. Tracy is struggling. I don't even have the energy to deal with her right now, to be honest. Okay, sit up. There you go. Take that out. Paloma sits there and is happy. And then there's Tracy, who is struggling. I don't know what I want to do with her other than keep water in it. I don't know. She flowered this year and I never got I just can't. I'm afraid to do anything too much because I don't want her to just have a whole conniption fit and die. But I'm just gonna keep her watered. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's all I have energy for. So, y'all, thank you for watching. I'm done for the day. I'm not feeling well. I'm gonna like relax.